my name is Tiffany and we are at Paia Gelato in Paia, Maui. We are going to go through the process of how we make our house-made specialty cakes today. We're going to focus on our coconut shag cake. It is a cake that we make here in-house. It starts with a vanilla sponge cake, and then we're going to layer it with our house-made gelato, which is our coconut gelato, and then it'll be topped with our pineapple sorbetto with coconut sprinkled on top, so we'll get that started. So I've already went ahead, and in the very bottom of our pan, we're gonna have our vanilla sponge cake, and we'll go ahead and layer it with our coconut gelato. All right, so here's our coconut gelato, and we'll just go ahead and get that in there, and we get a good amount, and we'll spread that onto the first layer, and that will be the first layer of our cake. So we've got our first layer, so we've got our vanilla sponge cake, our coconut. You need to let that freeze for a couple of hours so that the layers don't smash together when they're going in. So now we're gonna add our pineapple sorbetto on top. And then we just wanna have you wanna pack it down so there's no air bubbles, anything like that. And then we'll smooth it off and let this layer freeze again for a few hours. Gelato is a really, really beautiful cake. You can make the cake out of any flavors you want, and they end up being just really beautiful. So this looks pretty smooth, it's pretty level, and it would be ready to be written on if we were gonna write anything for anyone. Now we're gonna just demold the cake. So we will take a really hot rag around the edge of the cake, just enough to where we can start to slide it off. And then if you haven't done very many cakes and you get some of these and you wanna blend it in, you can just take any of the flavors and you can go in and you can definitely blend that in if you want to. A little bit of organic, not perfect, definitely tends to make the cake look nice. But if you had like a big gap or anything that you wanted to fill, you could just fill it with any of the gelato and then let that freeze. So I'm just gonna get this warm. Stracciatella paste is something that you don't wanna put just really hot all of a sudden. So we're just gonna put it in a little bit of warm water, hot water, and that'll get it started to heating up to the right temperature. So the coconut shag cake, just for refreshing, it started with the vanilla sponge, and then it went to coconut gelato, and then a pineapple sorbetto. We're gonna top it with coconut flakes, just for a nice decoration around the top rim. We're gonna take just a nice thick layer around the rim, and then we'll kind of do a really light push just to make sure it sticks into that top layer. You can layer things within the layers if you want to put fruit in between. A lot of cakes we do here with macadamia nuts, and we'll layer in between with mac nuts. It makes for really fun Hawaii style authentic cakes. It's nice. So there we go. So that's how we make our house-made cakes in Paia Gelato. We do have 14 house-made cakes that are our specialty cakes that we make. You're welcome to choose from that list. We have a lot of really popular ones. We have our Hawaii 5-0, which is just layered with sorbettos, so it's actually a whole vegan cake as well, no dairy or anything like that. And then we have some other really popular ones like our chocolate raspberry cheesecake and our black and white cake.